Good evening, everybody. It's another candle. I figured I'd do this little video. You know, I was just thinking about this. I know as human beings, we are human. We have fleshly desires, and we like to do things that make us feel good, right? I know a lot of people that like getting high. They like getting drunk. They like driving fast. They like having all kinds of sex and stuff like that. But a good question that we all need to ask ourselves is, you know, why would it seem unfair to not even really force, because you don't have to force these situations on people, they force them on themselves, and then they get mad about it when they have to deal with the situation. Why is it that people will do things that they know in the long run they're going to have to pay for, but that they just don't want to accept the responsibility of it? I smoked weed for a long time. You know what the responsibility for that was? $3,000 worth of court charges. Because of how many different times I got caught with it on me, because I chose that. I know a lot of other people have done things. I mean, if you go driving really fast down the road and you get a ticket, well, you got a responsibility to take care of that. If you go driving down the road really fast and you wreck and you die, you took that responsibility upon yourself and you decided to make that choice. Roe versus Wade is about to get overturned, guys. And sorry, my wife was like, "Where's he at?" I was just stepping outside so I could do this. But like I said, Roe versus Wade may end up getting overturned here soon. And I know a lot of people are going to be really going nuts about this. But, me personally, I don't understand it. I don't understand why people would just willingly go have unprotected sex. And I mean, honestly, even if you use protection, it's still possible. Why people would do it in the first place, knowing that there's a possibility of having a kid? Sure, it feels good for a moment, maybe a few moments, maybe a whole 2 or 3 hours, but that's still just a small portion of your day that you actually felt good. And then you end up being pregnant, and it doesn't matter if it's the man or the woman, one of them wants the woman to get an abortion. Why would you do that? Why would you not just accept the responsibility of what you did? That's like, if there was just an instant cure for alcohol addiction and people would just legitimately go out and get themselves addicted to it and then take that and then get addicted and then take it over and over and over again. Or maybe even a more acceptable example of that is, look at me. I'm kind of chunky, aren't I? You know what's really, really good? What I really like? I like food. Food's good. It tastes real good. Gives you that nice feeling in your belly whenever you eat it. But if you eat too much of it and all you eat is junk food, then you're going to get fat. Going to have a big old fat baby right here. Don't get me wrong, I'm not near as fat as I used to be, so it's hard for me to just show off a bunch of fat. But, I used to be pretty big, over 300 pounds. Sure, I'm down to like 260 now, and I've replaced a lot of that with muscle. But the thing is what I'm trying to say is, I had to accept responsibility for the fact that I got fat. I got lazy and I got fat. And what did I have to do? I had to put in years of hard work to start losing this fat, to actually look better. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this video, and I honestly really don't care, because in my opinion, and honestly I think in God's opinion, yeah, sure, we have a right to make our own choices, but we're also held accountable and we are held responsible for those choices we make. I personally think that it's wrong to have an abortion. Now, whenever it comes to rape victims and incest victims, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think that you should still have the child, and I think that the court system, as messed up as it is, and they probably won't ever do this, should force the one who forced that situation to pay every bit of it. And, if you are a rape victim, you as the mother should be allowed to not let that child see whoever it is that the father might be. Like I said, I already know that I'm going to get quite a bit of hate for this video. I mean, maybe not from my viewers, but if other people happen to see this, then yeah, they're definitely not going to like it. But I mean, it's also just my opinion and my belief. You're allowed to have your own. I'm allowed to have mine. But I'm just expressing a point of view that I have from doing things that I know for a fact have repercussions and have negative consequences. And then I had to accept the responsibility for doing those things and take care of it. What makes you any different? What makes you deserving of being able to have that responsibility just taken away while you end a life at the same time? If you ask me, I know a lot of people will say that, oh, life begins at the heartbeat, and I've heard a lot of people say that, well, life begins whenever, they're conscious. Guys, life is literally everywhere. There's a lot of people are worried about trying to find life on Mars, and then they go buck wild, and they're like, we found life on Mars, just because they find the signs of possible microbes. If those microbes are life, then those clumps of cells inside of you are also a life. Keep these things in mind. Remember your responsibilities. Remember the things that you have to do to account for the choices that you make. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Some of you probably won't. I don't really care. I hope you guys have a great night. God bless you. Like I always say, like the video, comment the video. If you got any prayer requests, leave it down in the comment sections. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Ring the bell, because I hear people saying that you get suggestions if you ring the bell, and that you don't if you don't ring the bell. But I don't know. I still get suggestions for videos from channels, and I have rang the bell on none but my mom's. So do with it what you will. Ding-a-ling. Hope y'all have a good night.